All right, ladies and gentlemen, Schizo the podcast, episode 30. There we go. I can't believe I am here for episode 30. It's been a struggle, but uh, we've weathered some of the storm. And I am here with one of my favorite guests. And, well, she's basically a co host at this point. And yeah, say hi, Aeluin, to everybody.
Hi guys, I'm
All
back.
right. Obviously, yeah, I've missed you. I've missed you a lot.
Aw.
It's boring to talk alone sometimes, and it's nice to have a back and forth, have a different idea once in a while, and yeah. So now we have a very good topic actually, and I saw on
Mhm.
your Instagram that you're very passionate about this topic. So it might be very nice to talk about that today, tonight in this podcast. And so yeah, I don't want to bore anybody with so many introductions. Let's go ahead with the topic at hand. But let me
Yep.
set it up for you guys. All right. So I think 3 days ago, was that 3 days ago or maybe 2 days ago? I think it was 3 days ago. So. This is the thing. So, rape has been brought up by a lot of people. There's mainly let's talk about the three parties that's involved here. First is he's famous from all his podcasts. Ben Tulfo. No, well, the Tulfo, the brothers, they're kind of famous. So he's one of them. Ben Tulfo. He's one of the parties involved. Another is what's his name? Her name, Frankie Pangilinan. Yeah, so he's the daughter of the Senator Kiko Pangilinan.
Yeah.
She's also a singer, apparently, and the last one in the party, which started everything, is the Lukban police station. All right, so those are the three parties, right? So Ben Tulfo, Frankie Pangilinan, and the Lukban police station. So let's just to recap. So what happened is the Lukban police station basically asked that the ladies not to wear skimpy clothes, right? So I think it was because of a rape incident that happened, and then the police basically of Lukban told them to well, not it's in a Facebook page, so they're just saying, or maybe their intention was good. They were trying to like warn people or remind women to not wear skimpy clothes, revealing clothing to prevent sex crimes. And so this statement in outraged Frankie Pangilinan. She tweeted on her Twitter account. She said, "Stop teaching girls how to dress. Teach people not to rape." So that's her statement, and it was in all caps. So you know that she's angry because well, it's in all caps. That's in nowadays. That's how you show people that you're angry. You type everything in caps, and so Ben Tulfo replied to Frankie Pangilinan. So he said, and I'm basically reading what Ben Tulfo replied to her. So he said, "Iha," referring to Frankie, "a rapist or a juvenile sex offender's desire to commit a crime will always be there. All they need is an opportunity when to commit the crime. Sexy ladies, careful the way you dress up. You are inviting the beast." Yeah, the iha part is actually what got me the most, because I would imagine if a rapist would go for a girl, uh, they would start with iha, something like that, like trying to belittle the girl. So and I agree, like with Frankie in this regard, that Ben saying iha is trying to belittle her and her point. which I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's a dick move by Ben. But just to put
Mm.
some clarity in it, I think what the I think it just comes down to like old people. Like I don't want to call them boomers, but like at a certain age, they just have a different way of thinking. They've always, I mean, it's wrong. What they're doing is they're blaming women, like they're blaming how women wore clothes for being raped, and this is
Mm-hmm.
absurd. And the reason why it's absurd, I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. So and I actually researched about this because I was in CDO and I had a comedy gig there. So this is one of my bit. So I actually saw that rape is lesser now compared to like 20 years ago, the 1980s, 1990s. Well,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of cases reported, it's not much of a difference. It's still lower now, the rape cases, but it's not a huge difference. But if you consider that
Mm-hmm.
nowadays more women are standing up, especially after the Me Too movement. A lot of women are now reporting rape. They're now standing up to men, or like to sex offenders. So you can understand, nowadays it's more, it's more, women are now more open to sharing their sexual related past, unlike before. Na it's super taboo. When you say something, people are even gonna put you down because, oh, na rape ka ganyan. So di ba, parang masyadong nakakahiya for the
Mm-hmm.
girl. That's why they don't want to open up, because
Yeah.
they're gonna be open to more. They're gonna ask you, oh, ano ba yung suot mo, di ba, ganon yung noon eh. And then
Mm-hmm.
considering, and this is considering, so I've set it up. Mas mababa yung rape cases ngayon nowadays. And if you consider na nowadays mas nagiging sluttier pa yung suot ng women, right? If you think about it, like
Mm-hmm.
sila Rihanna, sila Kim Kardashian, and sino ba yung mga
Yeah.
women here? Yun yung mga idol ng mga women. And like you see here in Manila, that's how women wear. Yung mga punit-punit yung jeans. Before, women are wearing long skirts. But if you look at the stats,
Yeah.
mas marami pa rin yung rape cases before, which is,
Yeah.
compared to
See,
now. So
like,
if your argument is marami ang rape cases, yung rape cases is because of because of how women wear, kasi revealing yung pananamit nila, then that's bullshit, because the stats would
yeah.
prove na that is not the case. It's the character of men. It's not about it's not about what women are wearing. It's not about how they dress. It's not. Ben Tulfo is saying it's about opportunity. So sabi niya, sex offenders, yung desire ng sexual offenders, nandiyan yan palagi. I can't, in that part, I believe it's true. Na yung mga sexual offender, lagi silang merong desire. Pero saying now all they need is an opportunity, well, that's not true, because sometimes itong mga rapists na to, they look for an opportunity. Sila yung gumagawa ng opportunity for themselves. It's not like,
Yeah.
it's not like they're just going around looking for women na maiksi yung suot. It's not the case, because as you've explained earlier, you were drunk, and then you were wearing revealing clothing before, and you were raped. And
Yeah.
in a different scenario, you were wearing a white T-shirt, nothing revealing, and then you got raped. So it's not the clothing that's in question here. It's the men. It's the guys who are in question. The character is in question. So totally, I get what Frankie is saying, and I am totally opposed to and Ben and the
Yeah.
police is kind of I don't know which
They're
one's
out of line. Like,
yeah.
it's 2020.
Mm.
It's we're at the day and age where everyone is speaking up. We embrace pride. We embrace gay people and all race, and yet we're still blaming girls of rape, of being molested, of being harassed. Like why? And they people, and I have, I have uncles that'll be like that. They'll be like, hey, in my days, girls used to wear this and stuff. That's why, they get respected. And I'm
Uh,
like, so what are you saying? And then you're like, you have to dress up as a Maria Clara, like
mm.
a classic Filipina, Maria Clara. There's a little plot twist there because I read Noli Me Tangere in college.
Okay.
Maria
Yeah.
Clara got raped. She
Yeah.
got freaking raped, and she was dressed
And by
as
a priest
conservative
too.
as it is.
By a
You
priest.
know, by a priest. Nevertheless, that's why it was so controversial.
Yeah.
Like how? Oh my god! Like it was so infuriating. And then there was a comment there that said to Ben Tulfo, and he was like, "How about the kids? How about the kids that gets raped?
Mm-hmm.
What are they wearing? Did they ask for it?"
Mm.
And then he said, and I quote,
Mm.
"True. Where were the parents? How did it happen that the child was raped? Whose fault? The parent or the criminal? If the child was raped, how did the criminal or how did the crime happen? Was the child abandoned or neglected because the parents were not paying attention? Was there an opportunity given to the child molester that parents should be blamed and be charged for child endangerment? It's all about prevention, not solution." That's the sad reality of it, you know?
Mm.
And that statement was just full of bullshit.
I totally agree in that part. The prevention is always the solution. So prevention is better than cure. No matter how you look at it, prevention is better than cure. So might as well prevent these types of these cases. But not to say na in order to prevent it, kailangan yung parents laging kasama yung bata, kailangan yung mga babae laging nakasuot ng tama, kailangan nakasuot ng mahabang pants, mahabang palda. That's not how you prevent rape cases. The way you prevent it is from the childhood nung sex offender, nung rapist. Maybe the one at fault here is the men from a long time ago who made rape culture all about women. It's the women's fault. So maybe the
Yeah.
rapist has been empowered so much na okay, even if I rape someone, it's not gonna be me who's at fault. It's the women who's at fault for wearing skimpy
Which is
clothing. I
bullshit.
totally
Oh
I
my
totally
god.
disagree to that. I totally disagree.
It's
Ah,
like it's disgusting that he justified, you know, like especially when Filipinos we have a lot of OFWs, yeah.
mhm.
So usually those parents go to a different country to work hard, yeah.
Mm,
They
yeah.
they work hard so they can provide a good future. They can't take their kids with them because they're working. So
Yeah.
usually they ask their parents or they ask their relatives to take care of the kids.
Mm,
You know, relatives, people that they trust. And
yes.
usually abuse comes from people that you trust. How is it my fault that I'm working my ass off to a different country and my kid gets raped? How is that how is it child endangerment on my end?
Mm, yeah.
These are people that I've trusted. These are my relatives, my own flesh and blood.
Yeah, and you can
You
never
know?
tell if someone's gonna be a rapist.
Yeah.
Usually you can't. Like, for example, your example, the relatives. Like, if I trust someone, like a relative, my own flesh and blood, to take care of my baby, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't think na parang especially pagka mabait yung tao, di ba? Yeah, parang katiwa-tiwala naman.
Yeah.
It didn't have a criminal record, nothing like that. So it's
Yeah.
not so. I'm sure the parents would only entrust their kid to someone that they trust. It's not like
Yeah.
random people lang na kahit na galing sa presinto na, di
Yeah.
ba? Minsan ipapa-background check pa yung tao. Like kunyari pag babysitter,
Yeah.
you try to get a little bit of background kung ano ba yung nangyari. So you can never tell if someone's gonna be a rapist or not by like yung by the outward appearance. You can never tell. So it just happens. And so how can you say na parang in order to prevent it, kailangan yung bata nakasuot
Yeah,
ng
and
skimpy
it's
dapat
like he's
mahaba.
saying, and I remember this. My partner has told me this story because I told him about this whole issue
Mm.
here in the Philippines, and he says, I remember when I was a kid. He was a kid, and his dad has a friend,
Mm.
and his dad's friend, they attended a court hearing for him because he was charged with child molestation.
Mhm.
And in his head, he didn't do anything wrong. That's the fucked up part about it.
Yeah.
In rapist people's head, they did not do anything wrong. It's a call of nature. And no matter how much you pound it onto their head that what you did was wrong, you can't change it. They're deranged,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, there
Because
really is a, yeah, the problem is in the head.
yeah,
We
like
we have to
he
stop as men, we should stop like trying to tell na yung problem is not us. The problem is the problem is us. It's not how women wear their
yeah,
clothing. Like I can like, let's use myself an example. So if I see a woman sexy, maganda, then naka-wear siya ng nakasuot like nyari, revealing yung clothing niya, maybe naka-bikini or yung
mm-hmm.
sobrang pek short yung
Plunging neckline.
suot niya. I've never raped anyone
Yeah.
ever. And if I see someone like that na girl, kakilala ko man or hindi, what I did in the past, I just masturbated to it. I never did anything to rape them. Masturbating to an image of someone wearing skimpy dress rape? No. But it's not.
Keep your
So
hands
if
to
you're gonna
yourself.
tell me
That's the
na
whole thing.
the reason why women get raped is because they're wearing skimpy clothes, I would totally disagree to that. Is wearing skimpy clothes increases the chances of you getting raped? Yes, I would say yes. Pero maybe like 5%, 10%, but it's always the men. Yung lalaki talaga, yung character talaga ng lalaki, yung in question here. And maybe I'm leaving out yung mga men that are raped. Sometimes it's also maybe women do small percentage, but like maybe gay people, they rape young boys. So that
Yeah,
could be
see, that's the thing. Like
a part of
boys
it.
are
The
still.
gullibility
That's the
of
whole thing. It's not just the girls that are being raped.
yeah.
They're every gender. Whatever gender identity you identify to,
Mm,
there are people that are being raped. Boys, girls,
yeah.
men, women, grandmas. They're still because there are people who are like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's just women that's doing that because again a rapist head they have something in it. They
Yeah.
have, I don't know what's going in their head because again, like with your example, keep your hands to yourself. If you do your own thing with it.
Yeah.
If you see a sexy girl, you do your own thing, do you,
Mm.
but don't ever touch a woman. My clothes are not an invitation for you to touch me, for
Mm.
you to harass me, for you to molest me, and for you to rape me. No
Yeah.
matter how, no matter how skimpy my clothes are, if I say no and I did not give you any consent, no.
Yeah.
No is no.
Yeah. This is what
And if
this
you
is what
want
I'll
to
say
tell
though.
me,
This is what I'll say. Uh, yung mga ganong pananamit, yung mga skimpy clothing, it's an invitation for attention. That's what I would say. You can disagree, but
yeah,
like
for
it's
attention
usually
and
you wanna get complimented. Uy, ang ganda ng suot mo, ganyan. Uy, ang ganda ng legs mo, or you have a nice rack, and then you wanna show it off. You want guys to oogle about it. I get that. So it's usually an invitation for attention, but it's not women to, oh hey, rape me. I'm a plump little lady. Rape me. So that's not the message that women are throwing out there. It's just the men who are very opportunistic, and then they'll say, "Ooh, wala eh, na-tempt ako eh," mga
because
ganyan.
there are guys like that, usually when you're at the bar, and no matter how, because usually when you're at the bar, you want, or you want to have some fun,
Mhm.
maybe have a hookup or anything
Yeah.
like that. But there are guys there that when you say, "Oh no, thank you," they'll quit. They'll
Yeah.
be like, "Okay," and go about their own way. But there are guys that are persistent, and they will run up their hand on your backside and be like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, I did not you." Like, what the heck is wrong? And it makes us feel so unsafe. You know how hard it is. Like for me, whenever I go to work, because usually I stay up in the office late at night,
Mm.
and I have to go home, and I have to walk, and I have to like clutch my keys because I'm very wary of people around me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if something happens, I'm gonna stab them with my key. I have a little whistle, and that's the thing with girls. We don't feel safe because there are rapists and there are people who's deranged in the head that is all around. And yet if we are a victim of it, we get blamed for it. I saw a documentary in Netflix where she cried out for help. She went to the police and she said, "I was raped by this person," and the police did not believe her.
Yeah.
And it took her a couple of months just to get her case across.
Yeah, that's part of the
Can you
problem
believe
too, I
that?
guess.
Can you believe that you were violated, you felt dirty, and you don't you were sad, and you're probably going to be depressed because that's something that is not doesn't wash off.
Mm. Yeah, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't just it doesn't like you wake up after being raped and be like, "Huh, yep, I got over that."
Yeah,
That's
it's
that's not how
hard to
it
get
is.
over. Yeah,
You
I
have to.
totally agree with that. To wrap up the rape conversation, it really it really is fucked up. Um, I know men have been. I mean, it's being a guy myself. It's kind of hard to take sides, but with the current with how older men are speaking about this, and it's not just Tulfo Ben. It's not just Ben Tulfo who who said the same thing. As I've said, I made a bit about this a year ago, and it was because Duterte and other people in his cabinet are saying that women should wear dignified clothing so that they can prevent being raped. And as I've said, the numbers, the stats would beg to differ. Now we're wearing skimpier clothing. We are wearing more sluttier clothes, and yet the number of rape cases is getting lower. So I've said at that time, maybe the sluttier clothing is the kryptonite of rapists. As weird as it may sound, like if we look at the stats, that's what it says. So yeah, it's not about what women are wearing. It's about the character of us, of men. Rape does not choose clothing, right? It's not because of what they wear. It's just who they are. So no matter what you
That's
wear, a rapist will rape you because they feel like it. And a lot of times, it's just a show of dominance, or like maybe a guy is having a bad day, and then he wants to take it out on someone and want to show his dominance, so he'll find a girl there and then show his dominance by raping her, and she can't do anything about it because the guy is physically stronger than a woman, like most of the time. So I think
yeah.
that's just how it is. It's mostly because of their insecurity, mostly because of their fucked up mindset. So it's never about like what women are wearing. I get it if like a girl goes to a guy with a like almost naked clothing and then tries to flirt with a guy, then maybe it's very tempting to a guy to like maybe not do anything about it, maybe not rape. Like for example, if a girl is like flirting with me, and then she'll be like, "Oh, come with me, again, fuck me again," and when I try to do the act, she tries to push me away. Ganon. I thought I had consent, Bakit ganun bakit you don't wanna do it anymore? So maybe I would think in other people's cases, parang ma-hurt yung pride nila siguro, and then I don't want to be rejected, di ba? So I'll go and rape you. So that's how I would think na baka we in a sense we could maybe blame the girl for that. Maybe half of the blame would be sa girl kasi sineduce niya and then yung guy parang biglang napunta na siya dun sa road na yun, and it was, it's hard sometimes it's very hard to back away with a very hard dick, so that might be the case. But if we're just saying na if a girl goes out and then slutty yung clothing niya, 50% ang chance niya na ma-rape, that's not the case. Stop giving me that bullshit,
I think
guys. That's not the case.
It's consent. It's about. I think it's a big issue in Western countries too. That's an ongoing debate. If a girl flirts with you, you go out with the girl and she flirts with you, but in the middle of you almost doing it, she says, "No, you know what? I'm really not comfortable about it."
Yeah, she had a change of heart. Yeah.
You, Miggy, personally, if you were with the girl, you were having a good time, she's wearing revealing clothes, and you're chatting up and stuff like that, and then when you're almost about to do it, she was like, Migs, I'm really not comfortable. I'm sorry, I don't want to do it. Will you still do it?
I personally, it happened before. I'd be like, yeah, but I'd still do something to change her mind,
Yeah. Okay. So let's say.
But I won't be like, no.
You already have a hard on.
Yeah.
You already have a hard on. Yeah, and she says, Miggy, I really can. And then you try to convince her, like, really, maybe you just want to do a little sucky, and then she's like, no, really, I'm not comfortable. Would you still push yourself towards her?
I wouldn't. I'd say this. I wouldn't rape her technically, so I wouldn't like grab her and then pin her and then just fuck her to basically rape her. I wouldn't do that. Usually, I'd try to do something to convince her that I'm already here. Maybe guilt trip her a little bit. Oh, but I'm gonna have blue balls, something like that. So I would say those things to try to convince her to do it. Like okay, this is an example. So maybe she's already sucking my dick, and then we're gonna go there now. So we're gonna transition from sucking into fucking, and then she had something. She had like an intuition. Oh, okay, I shouldn't do this because I'm a I'm a Maria Clara, something like that. So in that case, I would maybe and then I'd try to do something to make her, change her mind. But I wouldn't like pin her down and then like maybe tie a rope on her hand.
Yeah, but what if she doesn't? She doesn't change her mind, even if you try to really convince her.
Then I'll take her home and then try to, because let's face it, that's gonna be very awkward. And it's I'm glad that you asked me this.
You're not a rapist.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're not a rapist. The good thing is you can try and convince her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that. If guys, because you're already there. But if a girl says no multiple times, she said no and she clearly doesn't want it, you're not gonna push more because you already tried. You already rebutted. You're like, but we're here. Kind of in the middle of it. I don't want to get blue balls. And then she still says, no, Miggy, I really don't.
Yeah.
Then you're going to take her home. Because you know why? You're going to take her home and not do anything about it because you're not a rapist.
Yeah.
You don't have that mindset on you.
Yeah.
A rapist, no matter how much that girl begs and tells him, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. Please, I don't want to do it. They're gonna still, push themselves to that girl.
Yeah.
consent is consent. You can try and rebut. I'm gonna give guys that. You can try and rebut. Try and convince her.
Yeah.
But if a girl says no multiple times and it's evident that she doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
No matter how much she did the foreplay. If she says no, that's it, no. Because that's gonna come biting you in the ass,
Yeah.
guys.
It's
really.
hard. It's hard. Yeah. I'd
You know,
give
it's
guys
hard
that.
to it's hard to like
It's,
it's hard to like
it's hard to back
but I'm
away.
already on the momentum, you know?
Yeah.
I'm already there. I'm already hard.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys
And
that.
I'll
But
tell
if
you
you
this.
have the
I'll tell you
respect,
this,
you know?
Aeluin. Blue balls is a real thing. It's a
I
real
know.
thing. It really does hurt. It really, because I'll tell you this. It did happen to me. So I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna front. Things like that also happen to someone like me. So and after when a girl says, she's not gonna do it, and let's just I have a boyfriend, take me home, or like, it's awkward, especially the car ride going back. Like, what do you talk about?
Yeah,
So
and it's hurt.
what happened
It's
to me?
uncomfortable.
What happened to me? I tried to play it off. So like, try to talk about other stuff and try to act like it didn't hurt my pride at all. So I tried to do that, but it's hard. But it's possible. So
But
guys,
you did the right thing.
yeah,
You know, it's
I should
possible.
get a
It's
medal for
possible
that.
to walk
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
It's possible to walk away.
yeah.
You know, you can chalk it up to like, failed attempts at having sex.
No.
You can chalk it up and be like, okay, well, my time will come. I will avenge my balls. But don't force yourself. Don't force yourself to anyone.
Yeah.
You pack your little package. It'll be like, oh, not today, buddy, not today. But another moon shall come,
Yeah, yeah.
and we will do it. But don't ever, guys. It's possible. It's not. I know it hurts your pride a little,
Yeah.
but think of this. That moment where your balls hurt and your pride hurts a little is better than being labeled a rapist for the rest of your life. Because it doesn't matter, sweetheart. Like, even if you change, let's say you raped one girl, or you molested one girl, or you touch someone without their consent, you are a molester. You are someone disgusting. No matter how many good deeds you try to cover it up, you raped someone. That's it. There's no redemption. There's no redemption arc for rapists because first you did that. In the eyes of the community, you are a rapist. It's hard to redeem yourself when you're a rapist. Just think
It's
about
ironic though. Like those rapists, I don't think they feel bad at all. Like especially
again,
the Me when the Me Too movement happened, a lot of women like stepped up. Like they said their experience with a guy, and then but a lot of those men, they're like, I guess rape is not as embarrassing to the suspect compared to the victim. To the victim, especially women who are victimized by rape, they're the ones who's devastated. They're the ones who can't, they're the ones who can't live with themselves. A lot of women who got raped, not a lot. Some women who get raped, they kill themselves because they feel like they're not worthy anymore. They feel like they lost something that is supposed to be for maybe someone who's their husband, something like that, or someone who a love of their life. So they can't handle the pain of being raped, and so they kill themselves. So these things happen, and I've never heard a rapist kill himself. So it's not the same thing. If we want to talk about double standard, that's one of those things. So a rapist is not as maybe in this society it's not as embarrassing to rape someone compared to being raped. So
because again, the reason why that is because we blame victims.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's
it's
why
society.
victims are shamed. It took me a while before I can tell my parents that ma, that one time that I was in London when I visited James, I got groped. And my
Mm.
mom was like, "What? When? When was this?" And I was like, "When I was 18."
Mm.
And she's like, "You didn't tell us." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm ashamed to tell that because I feel like it was my fault.
Mm.
No matter, if that's the fucked up thing that we, even if no one tells us that it's our fault, we feel like that because society will probably tell us that, yeah, it is your fault.
Yeah. So
You
yeah,
can't
it's
just,
the
you
society
can't
that's
just like,
at blame as
you
well.
can't just broadcast it and say like, you know what, I got raped, because people are gonna label you, ay, siya yung girl in the rape, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. It does happen. So yeah, just to wrap up the rape topic. Yeah, I totally agree. And so guys, let's. I mean, it's not just. It's part of the society that like maybe the society is also at fault for empowering rapists, but that's not cool. Being it's not women's fault. It's always the men's character that's at fault. So we should get that checked. We should get things right, and not blame women for being raped. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, I'll
Thank
see you next
you
episode. That's
for having me.
episode 30. I'm Miguel, the host, and good night, everybody. Have a great day. Night.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.